Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Syari here again. I would like to share with you one of the most important assessment in modular-based programs. It's actually the post-module assessment or post-module assignments, or in short, normally we call it PMAs. So I know that students who are in the modular-based programs are faced with the challenge of trying to do a good PA or complete a good PMA. And probably also for lecturers who are trying to look at what are the elements of a good PMA. So in this video, I would like to share with students on what actually PMA is and what are the criteria that we actually look for to be considered as a good PMA. And I'll share with you one rubric being used by one university. And also, I will share with you two examples of my own PMA. And I will share with you what actually I look for when I give out the so-called PMA question. Let me share my slide, which I've actually prepared especially for this short talk. So this is PMA, what and how, right? So PMA, basically, it is an assignment. It is designed as an educational extension because it's part of the module. And why we actually want to have this PMA, because we actually, it's part of the what do you call assessment, and we're concerned with your understanding of coherent body of knowledge and techniques, especially of its application to particular industry or application to solving real life problem. Engineering business management program in Razak faculty, for example, lean manufacturing. At the end of the module or the course, we are trying to assess whether you'll be able to apply lean or aspects of lean techniques into the organization. So one of the most important way is actually through our PMA, or even in quality management, we are looking for ability to identify organizational problems or issues towards excellence. So if you're able to solve the problem, and it actually enables you to build confidence in application of this knowledge. And we are also going to be satisfied that the module targets have been achieved. And normally, PMA is seen as a summative assessment of the module or the course, and it is credited for fulfillment of the degree requirements, depending on institution. So it's basically a summative assessment of the module. And PMAs can be used as an alternative to final examinations, because sometimes final examinations can be a bit theoretical, can a bit doesn't cover the application aspect, especially for programs which are trying to solve the real world problem. So to in short, PMA is a summative assessment for a course or module. It is an alternative to final examinations. Obviously, it should address the learning outcomes of the course or the module. Okay, so you are required to complete the PMA, trying to measure your level of knowledge that you have acquired. So what do we look for? So you have to demonstrate to us, to lecturers or professors, that the question that is given have been correctly interpreted. You must be able to explain or answer according to what is requested. And obviously, when you answer this question, we will actually be able to look whether you reasonably aware of the body of knowledge, BOK, body of knowledge covered. and sufficient for the level for the learner. And of course, we don't expect miracle. It's not a thesis. It's not a dissertation, and it isn't also a project. It's part of the understanding of the specific modules knowledge. So master the application of this knowledge. You can reasonably communicate this application of this knowledge, and you're able to critically assess limitations or even constraints when you try to apply these techniques into the real world. And of course, when you answer it, you should be able to discuss in a coherent manner, right? From the beginning, background of the issues, problems, then you come out with your solutions. And it must be presented in a proper professional manner in terms of format, paging, and so on. Okay. You may ask how much time is needed to do a good written PMA. So these are concerns about PMA. So it's about 40 to 60 hours work. But of course, it depends on person to person. We're looking at quality. We're not looking for quantity. So quality means the ability for you to answer the question or response to the requirements that is given. And the submission depends on institution. If it is 4 weeks, then you're talking about 10-hour week, 10 hours of effort per week before you're able to submit a good PMA. Okay. So there are two assessment categories in general. In general, one is comprehension, and the other one is effort and presentation. So when comprehension means we are looking at the interpretation of the question, you have to have some introduction, outline or background of the issues, and then scope of the report, define concepts, make sure the subject is relevant, providing relevant facts, discussion. For example, when you do lean, if you're required to come up with the value stream mapping, make sure there is the processing time, and the value added time, and so on. So these are, relevant facts related to the question on hand. And don't go off tangent. Don't go, out of the topic. Focus, factual base, factual content, some insights and originality. Looking for your insights and imagination and innovative thinking. Not copying from books. Okay, so your innovative thinking is important. So it is actually constructive critical analysis, very important to look at whether you are able to comprehend what is required. And secondly, effort and presentation. Well, the other one was around 70 marks. Okay, this is around 30 marks. It may be 60-40, depends on the organization. So effort will be, immediately as lecturers, we can observe whether it is a good report through a good description, explanation, very articulative of the ideas. Referencing, do you put effort in making sure that references are correct, and so on. And the length, okay, you should give appropriate examples from the industry. Okay, length also appropriate, not too brief, not too long. Again, it's quality. Where people ask, it should be 50 pages, 40 pages. To me, length, if you can answer it within 15 pages, 20 pages, or 10 pages for that matter, if it is of quality and you don't beat around the bush, so that's presentable. And of course, the language and the logical structure. So we're looking for the grammar, for the spelling, legibility, and logical flow of the arguments. So other things like paging, binding. So these are effort and presentation assessment criteria. So I found one rubric for assessing PMA from the University of Warwick. Well, you can Google yourself and download and read for yourself. I'll just point out a few things. For example, if it's outstanding, it says the total mastery of subject matter, complete conceptual understanding, extremely high level of technical competence, appropriate, fully appropriate selection of tools, creativity and originality of thought. You see the description of an excellent work is extremely it is excellent, extremely well argued, extremely master, okay, and of course the extremely high level of effort, professionally produced, written communication, faultless grammar. So this will uh, be suitable, or you deserve to get an A. If not, you go down, you'll get a B. Okay, some level of mastery, very good coverage of most of the relevant material, very high level of effort, and you go lower, you can get B minus. Okay, sound and thorough grasp of subject matter. So I hope you can see that the level of analysis, the level of explanation, and the details, comprehensiveness, the criticalness will determine whether it is an excellent report or it's a poor report. Poor, it can go until failure. Okay, technical competence is poor. Lack or little evidence that concepts and theory have been understood, and little or no attempt at sustained analysis. Little or no indication of participant own effort and contribution, no examples or references used, poor or muddled presentation and structuring of arguments. So you can see, from the level of excellence, poor grammar. Okay, so this is, it's important to understand the whole idea. That's the thing that is required. So rubrics will be guide to all of us, for you and me to assess the report. Okay, examples. I have two examples here. The first one is a bit old. Never mind, it's okay. So in 2016, when I gave this module, I gave this, and my PMA keep on changing. It is not it's one and forever the same. Keep on changing. So I found one global competitiveness report, and it is actually ranking countries' level of performance in terms of many aspects. And during that 2016, 17, they focus on, for example, indicators such as quality of education, quality of infrastructure, quality of R&D and innovation, quality of healthcare. So when I teach quality management, I will focus that you have to think about the leadership for excellence, the management for excellence, and you have the Malcolm Borish Award and so on. So I wanted the students to actually do assessment on Malaysia's level of excellence. What am I looking for? So in the report, it gives the indicators, it gives details about, for example, the most problematic area for doing business in Malaysia, inefficient government bureaucracy, access to financing, innovation, insufficient capacity to innovate. So this provide a good point, good what we call problem in which to look at how to think about improvement for the country. And of course, the student is allowed to focus on specific areas. So I'm looking for your critical assessment of the problems that we face with, and asking you, with the nation and the country, the government sector, departments, how to improve the quality of services that we provide to customers or to the people. So I'm not asking for perfection. No, I'm asking for students to think about problems and give some ideas for improvement. Okay, so this is what I was looking for. And another one which was quite recent, okay, this is the second one. So this is a bit much more smaller, narrow scope, but it is organizational, company based. First, compare and contrast the various quality work models for business and organizational excellence. I have to credit Dr. Rijal also for helping me doing this together. Okay. And then use one of the quality work criteria, such as strategy management processes conducted by the company, and C, conduct self-assessment to look at the strategic management process, whether there are weaknesses, and try to suggest improvement areas or ideas. So this assessment is based on the quality work criteria. So the student will have to read the quality work criteria and look at the details and compare with the organization and look at where they are not doing well and provide some suggestions. Okay, so this is the final exam. I don't think students who have lack creativity, will be able to answer this. Okay, so in summary, in short, I've explained what PME is. I've provided some expectations from lecturers, assessment criteria, and I've shown example of a rubric to assess your PME. I've given examples of PME, expected product from students. So with this short video, I hope that you have, a bigger perspective, a better view and understanding of what PMA is all about, and hopefully you'll be able to do, complete good PMAs from now onwards. You can ask other lecturers, you can ask other professors, you can inquire, and at the end of the day, we want the students to benefit, to learn something out of, the assignments, the examination, the case study, the discussions that we have, that we give to students, so that you'll be able to apply it in the real world, solve the problem, and benefit the organization as well as benefit the country. So we will become much more competitive, we'll be able to compete with other companies around the world. So thank you for attention. Good luck, all the best to you, and I hope to see you again in my next video, in my future videos, and thank you very much. Please share, and also please subscribe if you want, so that I can produce more videos for your continuous learning and for my own continuous learning as well, sharing whatever little knowledge that I have, inshallah. So thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.